Okay, so do you have any question before we start on limits? Can you see my screen? I'm in OneNote now.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's start now. We will talking about limits and continuity and hopefully maybe derivative. Now, first of all, what is limit of a function? Limit of a function. So we want to discuss. I want to know what is the value near something that is undefined. Let's say that I have this one, fx equals x plus 2, x minus 2 divided by x minus 2. We know from the previous lecture that domain of this function is x such that all real such that x doesn't equal to 2. Okay, so we do not know what happened to this value, what happened to the value when x equals 2. Fine, we don't know what is the value when x is 2. But can we know the value of f near x equals 2? Near x equals 2. Yeah, that's what we usually talk about limit fx when x goes to 2. So from this notation, we are just we just care about what happened in the neighborhood. If we can look at the graph of this, the graph of this is like this. For x is not 0, for x is not 2, for x is not 2, the function is just x plus 2. So x plus 2 is x, this is x, y equal x, plus 2 point, every point plus 2 points. So I have this one. This is 2, this is minus 2. This is y equal x plus 2. Can you follow me? This is the graph of x plus 2. This is x. Translate along the y-axis. 2 points upward, x plus 2. Okay, yeah? Hello?
Yes,
Hello,
sir.
ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah. So in every point, this is just x plus 2. But x equals 2, but at x equals 2, it is not divine. At x equals 2, it is not divine here, yeah. But you can see the graph is just like this. X2, this is 4. Hey, sorry.
Kenapa bisa nggak fine, Pak? Sorry.
Sorry, what do you ask?
Kok bisa nggak ke define karena apa tadi, Pak?
Lah, ini kan fungsi rasional. Rational function is not divine when the denominator is 0.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So the function is just this. Hey. So there is hole here. Okay. Okay. So the function is just this. If you look at the graph is this. It's just like an ordinary x plus 2. It's just like an ordinary x plus 2. But when x equals 2, it is not divine. It is represented by the hole here. It means that it doesn't when x equals 2, it doesn't divine there. F is not divine because this is a rational function. Okay. So what do we want to do? We want to know what is the value of this function when x goes to 2. When x goes to 2. When x goes to 2 from the left and the right, what height will it go? What height will it go? The height of the function. It will go certainly to the height of x equals 4, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Ya, oke ya. Jadi intinya limit itu hanya melihat just looking at the value of the function near the limit, but not at that point. Oke ya. So what about the limit of a certain function that is divine everywhere. Limit x goes to 2 when x squared minus 1. X squared minus 1 is divine in all real. So if we want to find what is the value of x, the value of x squared minus 1 near 2, we can just substitute. Because it is divine, always divine, in all real. Okay. What about this one? This one? This is divine for all real because x squared plus 1 equals 0 doesn't have any solution. Okay, x squared plus 1 equals 0 doesn't have any solution. So there are no zeros of this denominator. Okay, so we are safe. The function is just a good function, just like I told you in the video. So to know what happens when x goes to 2, you just have to plug in divided by 1 squared plus 1. So it will give you 0 divided by 2 and it will give you 0. Okay, yeah. What about this one? This one, problem. Why? Because when x goes to 2, this is 2 minus 2. 2 minus 2 is 0. 2 minus 2 is 0. So what do? Usually we will factorize what the denominator or the numerator. Usually the numerator. Yeah? So I can factor this out to x minus 2 times x minus 1 maybe? Yeah, right. This is wrong. When x goes to 2, I just copy this to make it faster. I should have done that the first time. Okay, and I can change this into x minus 2 and x minus 1. Okay. But sir, you have now, But sir, you have now the division 0 divided by 0. No, this is not 0 divided by 0. Because when limit x goes to 2, we don't care what happened at x equals 2. So this is not 0, but something that is very, very small. This one, also not 0. This is something that is very, very small. So I can cancel this out because this is not 0 divided by 0. I can cancel this out. So it will leave us to limit of x to 2 of what? Of the function x minus 1. And x minus 1 is divine everywhere. It's divine everywhere. So we can just substitute. So it will give you 0. Okay. Any question from this? So if the function is okay, so we can just substitute it. But if you have 0 divided by 0 or something divided by 0, you have trouble. So we usually do factor. Are there any other technique? Yes, but you don't learn in this business mathematics in other maybe advanced courses. Okay, questions?
Sir?
Yes.
Is
Your
that
name? Anggita?
Florentina.
Oh, okay. Florentina Laila. Yes.
Yes. That's 2 minus 1 equals to 1.
Oh, very good. Thank you, Florentina. Thank you,
Thank you.
Florentina. Okay, yeah. So what about this? Given fx is 2x minus 1 when x is greater than or equal to 1, x squared when x less than 1. Okay, yeah. 2x minus 1 is defined all everywhere. X squared is defined for all real. But remember, maybe they can have jumps here. Maybe they can have jumps here. So if I have this kind of graphic, like the one we have already done, maybe this is x squared, 1, 1. So this is given by fx equal x squared when x is less than 0. I think you have already done this. And this is just x plus 1 when x is greater than or equal to 1. Sorry, 1. Okay. So at 1, you have the height will be given by 1 plus 1 is 2. So this is 2. Okay. If you can see that there is inconsistency between the left hand value and the right hand value. The left hand value and the right hand value. For the left hand, it will go to the height. It will go to the height one. But from the right hand, it will go to the height. So this kind of function doesn't have limit at x equal 1. Why? Because it doesn't, because the value is inconsistent. But in here, it is consistent because this is just this. On the right, on the left hand and on the right hand, it will go to the same height. Okay, so this one is, it does have a limit, but this one, it doesn't have limit. Why? Pak, it is not defined at 2. It's okay, because we are not talking, when we are talking about limit, we are not talking about what happened at x equals 2. So this, you have limit here, but in here, you don't have limit. Also, if you have something like this, and you have something that goes to infinity here, it doesn't have a limit also. Because if you want to find a limit, the limit should be a real number, and infinity is not a real number. Okay, so how do I find if limit of fx, this one, just like this one? So this function is just or so we have to find the right hand and the left hand limit. So we are talking about of x. We usually use this. This is what we usually call the right hand. The one side, the right hand. This is the left hand side of the limit of fx. Remember, this is the left of 1, the left of 1. When we are talking about left of 1, we have to determine which rule do we have to follow, the upper one or the lower one. Remember, less than 1, 1 minus, less than 1. So we should follow the second rule. So it will give you, the function can be substituted by the second rule, that is x squared. And remember, x squared is divine everywhere because it is not a division by 0 and it is not 0 divided by 0. So you can just plug in and it will go to the height 1. What about the right hand side of limit?
Follow the upper one.
Okay, yeah. So very good, very good. We have to use the upper one. This is more than 1, more than 1. So you have to use 2x minus 1.
Saya mau nanya.
2x minus 1. This is plus. So this is divine everywhere, and I just substituted. So you have 1. So what can you say? From the right hand, it goes to the height 1. Let's see here. And from the left of 1, it will go to the height 1 also. So what can you conclude? We usually conclude like this. The limit because is the same as this. The right hand side is the same as the left hand side. Then the limit exists. And it is given by 1. Okay, any questions from here?
Saya Pak.
Sir.
Ya, questions.
Oh, itu tadi siapa yang mau nanya duluan?
Ya, nggak apa-apa, kamu dulu.
Duluan.
Oke. Ini Pak, yang kan aturan yang pertama itu yang lebih kecil daripada 1 kan nggak boleh sama dengan 1 ya Pak?
Yes.
Itu nggak apa-apa kalau kan Bapak nulisnya di situ 1, apa emang nggak apa-apa kayak gitu atau gimana Pak?
No. What happen when x is greater than 1? You just follow this one, isn't it?
Ini Pak yang lebih kecil daripada 1, yang the first one.
Yes.
Kan the first rule kan itu tandanya tidak boleh sama lebih kecil atau tidak lebih kecil daripada 1.
Yes.
Ya kan Pak?
Yes.
Nggak tidak sama dengan 1.
Yes.
Tapi Bapak di situ tulisnya 1.
This one?
Yes.
Yeah. Because like what I say previously. So what's your name? Sorry.
Felix Pak.
Felix. So just the same as I have told you, if the function is divine everywhere, we can just plug in.
Oh, okay.
And x squared is divine everywhere. In 1, yes. Left of 1, yes. Right of 1, yes. So you can just plug in.
Oke Pak, terima kasih.
Okay. Next questions.
Itu di chat ada yang nggak bisa join Pak katanya.
Oh, di chat ada yang nggak bisa join.
Iya nih, Devano Syafadrian.
Coba.
Katanya nggak ada tombol joinnya.
Okay. Loading. Devano. Oh, this one. Oh, I have call him. I'm calling him. I don't know whether he. Okay.
Oh,
he
udah.
Okay. Thank you, Devano. Thank you. Sorry. Okay. Other questions? Okay, yeah. Okay. So what about this one? Limit of gx. Does it exist? I can just copy this to make it a little faster. Okay, yeah. So answer this one also. Okay, yeah. This one, does the limit of gx exist? If it exists, what is the value? So I have to find the right hand side and the left hand side. For the left hand side, I substitute x squared. The same. Yes. What about 1 plus the right of 1? Right of 1 is this. So I have to substitute x equals 1. So I have 1 minus 1, 0. So I have the limit of gx, this is equals to 1, but not equal to 0. That is the limit of this. Then the limit doesn't exist. Why? because there is inconsistency between the right hand and the left hand. Okay, yeah. So we usually look at the right hand and left hand side of limit when we are dealing with the piecewise defined function. But if you are dealing like this, we usually just factor it out. But for a piecewise defined function, we usually look at the right hand and left hand limit. Okay, any question from this one? This goes to height 1, this goes to height 0. So there's gap at x equals 1. So it doesn't have limit there because there is inconsistency. Okay, this one the same. Easy, yeah. What about this one? Does limit hx exist? If it exists, what is its value? Okay, limit of hx is when x goes to 1 left, x squared. 1, 1, yes. What about this one? The limit of hx, hx is x goes to 1, left of 1, left of 1. I'm sorry, this is wrong, yeah. Hx, x left of 1 is x squared. Oh, right, yeah. This is from the right of 1 is this, to 2x minus 1. 2x minus 1. So you have 2 minus 1, it will go to 1. Then, what can you conclude? Does the limit exist or not? Remember, this is not divine at 1. You see, greater than 1 and less than 1. It is not divine at 1. So, does hx has limits at x equals 1?
No.
But the right hand and left hand side is equal. Does it have a limit there?
No,
No.
Why?
Because it is not
not
defined.
divine.
Remember this. It is not divine at 2. But we don't care. Why? Because we do not want to know what happens at x equals 1 when x equals 2. We just want to look at the value near 1. We don't care what happened at 1. You see, yeah? So the limit of hx exists. Remember, we don't care what happened at 1, at the point 1. At x equals 1. Okay, the limit exists. It is not divine, it's okay. We don't care. We just care on the neighborhood of 1, but not 1. Okay, questions? So this one is the same as this. From the left, it goes to the height 1. From the right, it goes to the height 1 also. So it has limit, although it is not divine at x equals 2. Okay, yeah? You have hole here. That it means it doesn't divine. It is not divine at x equals 2. What about this one? What about this one? I can just copy. Sorry, this should be H, yeah. Forgot to change it. Answer. We look at because this is piecewise defined function, we look at the left and right hand side limit. Less than 1, what should I do? When less than, sorry. I think maybe when 1 is x squared, 1 squared, 1. Okay, what about when 1 plus? What should I use? The upper, lower, middle one? The upper, yeah. So you have 2x minus 1, so you have 1. Pak, but x equals 1, it doesn't the same as the right hand and left hand side limit. So you have just like this. So the left hand side will go to this height, and the right hand side, it will goes also to this height. But at maybe at x, it has different value, just like this. Sorry. Hey. Do you understand what I see? What I mean? So from the left hand goes to the height 1. From the right hand, it will goes to the right one. But x at 1, it will go to the height 3 here. Okay, yeah. So what can you conclude? Does it have a limit here? At x equals 1?
No.
Why? Remember, we are not dealing with the function, the value of function at x equals 1. We don't care. We don't care. So we just look at the neighborhood of 1. It will goes to 1. It will goes to 1, and it's okay. So I have, it's the same. So the limit exists at x equals 1 and is equal to 1. Don't forget, we don't care what the value of x at 1. It is not divine. Okay, we don't care. It is not the same as okay. Okay, yeah? So when does a function have a limit? When there is a consistency between the left hand and the right hand. If it's consistent, the limit of left hand side and the right hand side is the same. So we usually say it has limit. And what does the limit? The limit is given by the right hand or left hand side limit that is equal to 1 in this case. Okay, any question? No question. Nah. Look at this one. Now we are talking about continuity. Nah, if limit looking at the consistency between the right hand and left hand side limit, continuity is there is an additional condition that the limit, the height of the right hand and left hand side must equal to the value of function at that point. Okay, yeah. So if you have this, this is the limit exists, but for it is to be continue, the function should be divine at c, and fc must be the same as the limit. So that's what we usually call continuity. So this one is not continuous at x equals 1. Why? The limit exists, but the value of f at 1 is not 1. So it is not continuous. What about this? It doesn't have limit. If it doesn't have a limit, so you don't have consistency between the left and right, so you don't have, it doesn't continuous at x equals 1. What about this? It has a limit, yes, but it is not continue at x equals 2. Why? Because there is no value f2. At x equals 2, you don't have the value, you don't have the height. It is not divine at x equals 2. So for it to become continuous, the limit must exist. The value at c must exist, and the limit of the value, this is the consistency between left and right, is the same as the value of function at x equals c. So this one is fx continuous at x equals 1. This is the problem for, I think this one. No, this one. Is this true? I think yes. Okay, yeah. I want to know whether f is continuous at x equals 1. So I'm looking at the x equals 1 minus, it is given by x squared, 1 squared, x1 plus, it is given by 2x minus 1, 2 minus 1 is 1. So because then the limit exists. Okay, the limit exists and it is given by 1. The problem is f1 divine? Is f1 divine here? F1 divine here?
Yes.
Yes.
What is the value of f1?
1.
How do you know?
Substitute the x.
Substitute to the upper or lower?
The upper.
Upper. Okay ya. 2 minus 1 minus 1 equals 1. So what can we conclude? Because the limit. So usually, then the limit exists. This can be written by this limit of x to 1 exists. Okay, this is the other saying. This is the same as this. The limit exists. This means that limit fx x goes to 1 exists. Goes to 1 ya. Okay ya. Because limit fx x goes to 1 equals f1 equals f1. Sorry. Then f is continuous at x equals 1. Questions? Don't forget, if a function continuous or not, we have to check all of 3. But to check if a function is not continuous, just prove that one of them is not satisfied. Okay, yeah? So this is all satisfied. So I have f is continuous at x1. What about this one, the gx? Which one, the gx? This one. Is it true? Yes. Okay, yeah. And I know the limit doesn't exist. What does this mean? This means that limit of x goes to 1 of fx of gx, sorry, doesn't exist. What can I conclude?
It
It is not continuous.
Very good, very good. Then f is not continuous at x equals 1. So to prove that it is not continuous, you just prove one of this is not satisfied. And you are, okay, this one, hx, this one. This one. Okay, yeah. Then the limit exists at x equals 1. Okay, it's okay. What about h1? Is it divine at x equals 1?
No.
Is it divine at x equals 1?
No.
Oh, h1 is not divine. Thus, my conclusion.
It is
Conclusion. Hx is not continuous at
1.
equals at x equals 1. Just easy. Yeah, you don't have to find this because it is not divine. I can just conclude that x is not continuous at x equals 1. Yeah. This one. I can find the limit, okay, and the limit is the same, and the limit exists at x equals 1, and is equals to 1. So I can write this down in a shorter notation. X of fx equal, okay, yeah, because the limit exists. So limit x goes to 1 when to fx is equals to 1. What about f1? What about f1? f1 is 3. So this limit, remember, to prove a function is continuous, the limit of fx goes to c must be equal to f, but this is doesn't equal to 3, which is f1. So I have limit fx x goes to 1 doesn't equal. So your conclusion f is, f is no. Oke ya, jadi I can conclude again. When we are talking about limit, we are talking about consistency between the left hand and the right hand. But when we are talking about continuity, we are talking about consistency between the left hand, the right hand, and the value of f at x equals c. Okay, ya. If it doesn't have a limit, the function cannot be at infinity, limits at infinity. Looking at this, I want to look at this. Look at the function x squared. When x goes to infinity, fx, that is x squared, will go to where? When x goes to infinity, the height will go to plus infinity. Can you follow me? Sorry. Look at the graph. When x goes to infinity, the height will go to plus infinity. What about when it goes to minus infinity? When x goes to minus infinity, x, don't forget, x is the x-axis. X-axis goes to minus infinity. What the height will become, will go to people. Hello?
Plus infinity
Plus
or negative infinity?
infinity. Huh? What about this one? What about this one? Stop, please stop. I have this. Y equal x plus 1. When x goes to infinity, y fx equal x plus 1 will go to where? When x goes to infinity, the height will go to it getting bigger and bigger, the value of f, isn't it? So it will become plus infinity. Plus infinity, what does it get? When you get bigger, this is getting bigger and bigger. What about x goes to minus infinity? When x goes to minus infinity? When x goes to infinity, function when it goes to minus infinity, minus 10, minus 1,000, minus 1,000,000. So it will go to the height, it will be less than So you have hello. I'm just like talking to myself. Questions? Hi.
I don't think so, Pak.
Huh?
Kayaknya nggak ada pertanyaan.
Okay. Just answer me, yeah. Okay, if you have any question. Okay. So what about this one? X squared. I think there's something somebody asking. Just ask. Do not use the chat. I have trouble to join. There is no join. Okay. Sorry, sir, but it's very laggy. I cannot make out what you're saying. Okay. If it's very laggy, you can just look at the record. Don't worry. There is always a record here, and you can always look at the record. And I will upload the record at YouTube also later. Okay, yeah. Don't worry. Okay. What about this one? When x squared minus 2x plus 1, when x goes to infinity, it will go to infinity, minus infinity, or a number. What do you mean by a number, Pak? Like this. If you have a function like this, number, it will goes to some height. This, if you have this kind of graphic, when x goes to infinity, it will go to some number. It will goes to some height. It will goes to the some height. Yeah. But what about x squared minus 2x plus 1? You can just imagine x goes to infinity, plug in 10, 100, 1,000, a million, a billion, a trillion. Well, with it, when will it go? When will it go? 10,000, 100. It will go plus infinity. Why? Because the dominating factor is x squared. Why? Because if you have 100, this is 100 times 100. This is just minus 200. This is plus 1. This is not dominating all the factor. But this one, the highest degree, it will dominate all of this. Why? Because if you have 1,000 squared, you have a million. What about this one? Minus 2,000 plus 1. Minus 2,000 plus 1. It doesn't, it is very, very little, depending, compared to a million. Okay, yeah? What about this one? When x goes to infinity, you can imagine that 1,000, a million, a trillion. If you substitute this, it will go to where?
Minus infinity.
Negative.
Minus infinity. Let's see. The dominating factor is this, minus 2x cubed, because this is the highest degree. Okay. If you put minus 10, you have minus 1,000. Minus 1,000 times minus 2 will become plus 2,000. Very, very careful. Now I'm going to talk about 100. 100, yeah. 100 to the cube is a million times minus 2 is minus infinity. Oh, yeah. Sorry, my mistake. Minus infinity. Very good. What about this one? The dominating factor is minus 2x cubed, but it goes to minus infinity. So you can imagine minus 10, minus 100, minus 1,000, minus a million. Let's look at minus 100. So you have minus 100 times minus 100 times a minus 100 will give you minus a million. Minus a million times minus 2 will give you plus 2 million. So can you conclude about something here? When x goes to minus infinity, where will it go?
Plus infinity.
Very good. Plus infinity. Okay. What about this one? The dominating factor is x to the 4. X to the 4. When x goes to minus infinity, where will it go?
Minus infinity.
No. Let's see minus 10. Let's see minus 10. So cube here, minus 10 times minus 10 times minus 10 times minus 10 will give you the sign first. Minus times minus times minus times minus will give you plus. 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 will give you 10,000. So you have this one as 10,000. This one minus 20 plus 1. So it will give you
Positive.
plus infinity. Okay. If you have the graph, very, very easy. If you have the graph, very, very easy. The graph is like this. Minus 2x cubed, this one. This is the graph of this. So when x goes to infinity, the height will go to minus infinity. Look. When x goes to minus infinity, the height will go to plus infinity. If you have the graph, very, very easy. If you don't have the graph, just consider put some numbers. 10,000, 1,000,000 when x goes to infinity. What about when x goes to minus infinity? You just substitute minus 10, minus 100, minus 1,000, minus 1,000,000, and so on. Where will it go? One thing to be sure, it will go to the dominating term. The dominating term is given by the highest degree of polynomial. The highest degree of polynomial. Polynomial ini ya, polinomial x pangkat berapa lah polinom. Oke ya. Nah, what about this one? This is x squared minus 4 divided to x squared plus 3. It will goes to infinity here. To x squared plus 3, it will goes to infinity. But what about the division between infinity by infinity? Division between infinity and minus infinity. How do you find when x goes to infinity? It will go to what value? A half, 1, 2, minus infinity, plus infinity, 0. We usually do this. Of x squared minus 4 divided by 2x squared plus 3. Okay ya. Nah, what do? We usually divide all of this with the highest degree of polynomial. So if you look at this, x squared. So the highest degree, the dominating term is x squared. So I have to divide by x squared. And divide this also by x squared. Also divided this by x squared. Also divided by x squared. Okay, you see that this fraction is the same as this fraction. Why? Because you are dividing with the same value, the same as this. If I have, is equivalent to this. 3/6 is the same as 1/2, isn't it? Why? Because I can divide 3 by 3 and 6 by 3, and it gives the same fractional. The same, x squared minus 4 is divided by x squared, and 2x squared plus 3 is divided by x squared 2. So I have this. So the denominator and the numerator is divided with the same x squared. So this fraction is the same as this fraction. Okay, but I can simplify this. I can simplify this into x squared divided by x squared. It will give you 1. 2x squared divided by x squared. It will give you 2, isn't it? Sorry. It will give you 2. But what about this? 4 divided by x squared. You can imagine this. 4 divided by 10. X goes to infinity, yeah. 4 divided by 10, 0,04. 4 divided by 100 squared. 4 divided by 1,000, 0,0004. When x 1,000, 4 divided by 1,000 squared, 4 divided by a million, 0.000004. So when x goes to infinity, where will it go? Minus 4 divided by x squared? It will go to 0. So you have this. So you have this. 1 minus 0 divided 2 plus 0. Hey. Lagi. Sorry. Okay. So, and it will give you. Kenapa sih ini? Hey. I'll just put it here. Equals a half. Yeah, so 1 minus 0 divided 2 plus 0, it will go a half. Why? 3 divided by x squared, remember, x goes to infinity. 3 divided by 10 squared, 0.03. X, when x is 100, 3 divided by 100 squared, 3 divided by 10,000, 0.0003. When x equals 100, this is 3 divided by a million. So you have 3 divided by a million, 0.000003. So something to be remembered. Limit of a constant divided by limit of a constant divided by x to the n x goes to infinity. It will give you always 0 for any natural number for any n greater than or equal to 1. Okay, so something, a constant divided by x to the n, x1, x to the 2, x cubed, x to the 4, it should always give you, it always give you 0. The same The same when x goes to minus infinity. You can just imagine it. It will also give you 0 also. Okay, just a little more, just a little more. I think we will finish in about 15 minutes. Limit of this one, because this is a fractional, this goes to infinity. When x goes to infinity, this goes to infinity. What about this one? This goes to infinity. Infinity divided by infinity, I don't know, but I can sense that this is just infinity, but this is infinity squared. So my guess, my hunch, my intuition will lead me to this will go to 0. Why? Because if I substitute 1,000, this is 1,000 divided by 1,000 squared. Very, very large number below here. So you have something like this. Something divided by something that is really big, and it will give you 0. How do I look at this? I see this as this. So this is just, I don't know, yeah, this is just intuition. So limit of x, okay, the same as previously, I divide it with the dominating term. The dominating term, x squared is x squared. So I divide it by the dominating term. Limit x to infinity of same x minus 4 divided by 2x squared plus 3. So you have this equals, you divide this by same the same and the same so you have some kind of this is okay. I'll simplify first. Is there anyone questions? No questions. It's okay. Here, no. This one. I simplify x divided by x squared is 1 over x. This is okay, and this is just
0.
2 divided by, no, simplify first. This is 2x squared divided by x squared. X squared will give you 2, yeah? 4x squared will give you 0, yeah, by this. Okay, constant divided by x to the n is any real number that greater than 0, greater than 1, and it can be equal to 1. So it will give you 0. It will give you 0. It will give you 0. So you have 0 divided by 2. So you have 0. And that's it. That's our intuition. 0. What about this one? What about this one? Do you have any intuition? X squared minus 4 divided by x plus 3. X goes to infinity. Where will it go?
Is it 1?
Why? This is, you can picture this, imagine this. This is 1,000 squared. Very, very big. Divided by 1,000. So where will it go? when x go to infinity? A million squared minus 4, minus 4 divided by a million. Remember, up is just a million squared. 10 to the 12. What do you usually say? I don't know what if we have any notation for that. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So yeah. Any other hunch? Any other intuition? One, very good. Very what? Sorry.
Is it undefined?
Okay, it is not divine, but this is okay. Okay. Yeah, it is not divine, but yeah. Just like this, x squared minus 2x plus 1 equals plus infinity. Plus infinity is not divine, but the limit goes to bigger and bigger. When x gets larger, the value gets larger also. What happened in this one? Yeah, my intuition say that when x goes to higher and higher, getting larger and larger, x getting larger and larger, the value of this will get larger and larger also. So my intuition will give me this one. True? Yeah, we can. So I have, this is x squared. But this is just x plus 3. Okay, so this is x plus 3. The remaining factor is just x squared, yeah? So I divide it all by x squared. So I have, I see why you say that 1 divided by, okay, yeah? This will go to 0, this will go to 0, this will go to 0, but 1 divided by something that goes to 0. 1 divided by, this is not 0. Remember, this is not 0, but goes to 0. Okay, yeah? Goes to 0, goes to 0. When this goes to 0, 0.1, 0.001, 0.000001. 1 divided by that value, it will give you plus infinity. Why? Ini kan seperti ini. 1 divided by 0,1. This is goes to 0 ya. 1 divided by 0,1. 10. 1 divided by 0,01. 100. 1 divided by 0.0001. 1,000. 1 divided by 0.000001. A million. So it will go bigger and bigger. It will go to plus infinity. Okay, ya. This is infinity squared divided by infinity, it will goes to plus infinity. What about this one? Infinity divided by infinity squared. So I think this is just the same as 1 over x, isn't it? 1 over x. So it will go to 0 by same procedure. What about this one? Yeah, this is equivalent to a half. Okay. Any question? Any question?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. Last one. Oh, sorry. This one for this x squared minus 4 divided by 2x squared plus 3 when x goes to infinity. So I think it will become something like this. You can check this with your graphical calculator. So when x goes, sorry, I think like this, yeah. I forget. I forget. Sorry, I forget. But it say that when x goes to infinity, it will go to height 2. Okay, it will go to height half. This one. When the function here, x goes to infinity, it will go to the height a half. What about this one? When it goes to infinity, it goes to the height 0. Height 0. What about this one? When x goes to infinity, it will go to infinity like this. X goes to infinity, it will go to infinity. Yeah, this one. Okay, last. Graphically, limit x goes to 0, 1 over x. I am looking at 1 over x. So the graphic will be given like this. Let's say you don't know the graphic, yeah, I give you so. Graphic is given by this. So this is say when x goes to 0 from positive, left and right of 0, it will go to infinity. Plus infinity. But when x goes to 0 from the left hand side, it will go to minus infinity. Let's look at. Okay, but for both of these cases, when x goes to 0, the limit doesn't exist. Okay, yeah. When x, the limit infinity or minus infinity, we say the limit doesn't exist also. Special case. Yeah, okay, yeah. So I can imagine this, x goes to 0, but plus, 0 plus. How can you get closer to 0? 0.1. 1 divided by 0.1 is a 10. 0.01. 1 divided by 0.01 is 100. 1 divided by 0.0001 is 1,000. More closer, 0.000001, it will give you 1,000,000. So it will give you plus infinity. What about this one? When x goes to 0, but from minus 0,1, it will give you 1 over minus 0,1 minus 10. Minus 0,01 will give you minus 100. Minus 0,001 will give you minus 1,000. Minus 0,00001 will give you minus 1,000,000, and so on. And it should be given you minus infinity. Okay, yeah. What about this one? When x goes to 1 plus. So for 1 plus, x should be, yeah, just 1, yeah, near 1. So it should be positive. But what about the denominator? 1 plus. What is 1 plus? 1,1. 1,1 divided by minus 1 is 0,1. Okay, yeah. 1 divided by 0,1 will give you 10. What about closer to 1? 1.001. So 1.001 minus 1 is 0.001. So 1 divided by 0.001 it will give you plus 1,000. More closer to 1, but right of 1, 1.000000001. So you subtract with 1 will give you positive 0.0000001. And 1 divided by that little value will give you plus infinity. What about this one? X goes to 1, but from the left. Yeah, from the left and the right, it will give always positive, yeah? Positive, x equals 1. But what about the one in the denominator? Left of 1. Left of 1, 0.9. 0.9. 0.9 minus 1 minus 0.1. So 1 divided by minus 0.1 is minus 10. Closer to 1, minus 0.99. Closer, the minus 1 is minus 0.01. So 1 divided by minus 0.001 will give you minus 1,000. More closer, 1.9999 minus 9, 0.9999 minus 1 minus 0.00001. 1 divided by this will give you minus 1,000,000 and so on. And so you should have this. Okay. Can you guess what about this? Near 2 times 2, 4 minus, it will always give you minus the numerator. But what about the denominator?
Positive.
Okay. Right then 2. I guess I will have 2,1. 2,1 is 4.41. 4.41 minus 4 is positive. So in the end, it will give you positive. Why infinity? Because you have 2 squared minus 4. 4 minus 4. Okay, don't forget, this goes to 0. When this goes to 0, 1 over something over goes to 0, it should be plus infinity or minus infinity. Yeah. And this one you could also use less than 2. Less than 2, you can use 1,9. 1.9. 1.9 squared will give you 3.9. 3.9 minus 4 minus 0.1. What about this one? This is always 2 times 2, 4 minus 1, minus 1. Minus 1 divided by minus 0.1. So you should have plus. In the end, plus infinity. Okay. Any more question? So I will conclude. For today's lesson. First of all, we have talked about limit of a function at a point. What is the limit of function at a point? We want to know what the value of this, what is the height of f at x, what is the height of f at x when this is not divine. This is not divine. When this is divine, we can just plug in. But when this is not divine, we can factorize. Okay, yeah? But if this is a piecewise defined function, you should have looked at the right hand side and the left hand side limit. If the left hand and the right hand consistent, the same value, so the limit exists. Remember, when we are talking about we are dealing with limits, we don't care what happened at x at that point. We just want to look at the neighborhood of that point, just like this. So the limit exists. Here, the limit doesn't exist. Why? Because the right hand and the left hand side is not consistent. What about this one? It goes to infinity. it goes to infinity, so it doesn't have a, okay, yeah. The limit should be a real number. Infinity is not a real number. Okay, so you can look at this, look at this, look at this. What about the continuity at a point? Continuity at a point, you have to have the limit, the right and left hand. It must be constant. F at x at c, it should be divine. The height of f at c, it should be divine. And the consistency between left and right and the point itself, it should be the same. It should be consistent between the left, the right, and at the point. Okay, yeah, that is what usually continuous. For all good, when you have already learned quadratic function, linear function, later exponential function, it will be continuous everywhere at its domain. It will be continuous everywhere at its domain. But for this kind of function, piecewise defined function, it's another story. It's another story. So we have to check the right hand, the left hand. Is it the same? The same. You have to check whether f1 exists. Exists. You have to check whether this limit the same as the value at that point. Okay. How do we check? How do we prove that f is not continuous? Just prove one of these is not satisfied. Just like this. It is not divine at 1. So it should not be continuous at x equals 1 because it is not divine. Okay. And we have talked about limit at infinity. Look, this is limit at x goes to infinity, minus infinity, infinity, to infinity, x to infinity. Okay, yeah? So when you are dealing with the polynomial, you just plug in. X goes to infinity, plug in 10, plug in 100, plug in 1,000, plug in 1,000,000 to the dominating factor. The dominating factor, that is the highest degree. But if you have a fractional, it's a different story because you have infinity divided by infinity. So you have to divide all of this fractional by highest degree. Okay, yeah. Hopefully you have number or not. If like this, you have a hunch, intuition, infinity squared, yeah, 0. A hunch, this one, infinity squared divided by infinity, and the same. But this one, this is not limit at infinity, but limit that have infinity. Aduh, ngomongnya gimana ya? Dalam bahasa Indonesia gini, kalau yang bagian 3 ini limit di tak hingga, di jauh tak berhingga. Tapi kalau yang 4 ini limit yang hasilnya tak hingga. Gitu aja. For number 3, limit at infinity. For number 4, limit that have result infinity or minus infinity. Okay, that's like this, 1 over x. We usually, for infinite limits, we usually look at the right hand or left hand side limit. The same procedure, when x goes to 0 plus, what do you mean? Near 0, you just plug in 0.1. More closer to 0, from the right, 0.0001. More closer, 0.00001. More closer, 0.00001. And where we last infinity or minus infinity, you can just plug in. Okay, yeah. For Wednesday, we will go to the derivative. Okay, any questions? Okay, if you don't have any question, at 2:30, you can fill in the attendance list. Don't forget to fill out the attendance list. Yeah, questions?
Can I ask for number 4?
Yeah.
Second to last, the
this one.
Yeah, that one. Isn't that the negative infinity?
Why? Oh, yes. What's your name? Sorry.
Toby.
Tobias?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay. Why, Tobias?
Because if you input it, it goes to the negative side.
This one, the numerator will goes to minus, very good. But the denominator will go to 0, but plus. So negative divided by positive should give you minus infinity. Thank you, Tobias. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, any other questions? Okay, like what I have said, don't forget to fill your attendance list. At 2:30, you will have a quiz for 1 hour. You can just look at this notes, yeah. This notes is at the content library, week 2. Content library week 2. You have 7 minutes. You can discuss or you can talk. You can ask about. But you will have your quiz at 2:30 until 3:30, and this is just trial, so you are allowed to be late for about 10 minutes, yeah, until 3:40, I think. And don't forget to enroll on the groups. I think the groups has already how many? It's just 26. Our class is 49. Yeah, don't forget to enroll, because on Wednesday we are going to use this. Yeah, there will be a quiz. This maybe at here it will be given to you. Problem set, I mean. Okay, don't forget to fill the attendance list. I think it's okay. You can download the recording and I will give you at the YouTube also. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Pak.
Okay. Thank you. Don't forget to ask. Don't forget to ask. Firjatullah,